I'm probably a lot older, because when these lads were saying about their date of birth being 1987, I started my business in 1987. So back in the 80s, myself and my mum, we had a flower shop in Rialto on the South Circle Road, and it was actually during a recession. And we were there one day and we were saying, like, what are we going to do now to try and increase a little bit of business and bring, like what everybody's been probably doing in the last few years, but just trying to bring extra cash into the business. And at the time, if you wanted to train as a florist, you actually had to go abroad. Like most of the local VCs had night classes or hobby classes, but there was nothing for what we would call commercial training for people who wanted to train as a florist to work in a flower shop. So we said, we'll start off by just trying out, say, doing some evening classes. There was no Wi-Fi, there was no such thing as a website. All our inquiries came in by telephone, and we used to even get letters inquiring about, say, doing courses. And when I used to reply to them, especially when a deposit came in for a course, it was like a cash in an envelope, if you were lucky, or a cheque, and I used to have to handwrite out the receipts and then post them back to them. All the handouts and the notes that I used to supply to the students, I used to type them on a typewriter, and then I used to have to get them photocopied to hand out to the students. And we even think back to, say, taking a visa payment, and I'm not sure, some of you might remember, but there used to be this old machine and you used to have to slide it across to take a visa payment. And even coming in here on the Lewis tonight, we were passing the flower markets, and I said to Deirdre, remember when we started off first, I used to drive to the flower markets at least 2 to 3 times a week to collect the flowers. Where now, we go online, like Tesco online shopping, and we buy all our flowers direct from Holland. So that's kind of the old-fashioned idea of it. What are we going to do now to try and increase business in the flower school? And at this stage, my sister Deirdre, which a lot of you know, Deirdre had joined us, and as I said, originally I'd set up the business with my mum, Kay, who's also here tonight, but she was retiring at that stage. So Deirdre came on board and joined what we call Team Kays. And just around that time, Kay had introduced the brooch bouquets to Ireland. Now, brooch bouquets, as in wedding bouquets, was something that was completely new to Ireland. And it was a wedding bouquet, but instead of including flowers in it, you were including sentimental heirlooms, keepsakes, brooches and pieces of jewellery. And it really took off, and I suppose a great opportunity for us was that we got a chance to go on Ireland AM one morning, myself and Deirdre, and suddenly Ireland knew about brooch bouquets, and then brides started inquiring about it and wanted to purchase it. And so then we found for our business, florists needed to train or needed to kind of attend courses to learn how to make these brooch bouquets. So originally we had the students or the florists come to the school to learn how to make these bouquets. And then I had a student who had left Ireland, again it was during the recession, and she was living in Canada. And she rang me up and she said, Janette, is there any chance, she says, that you would do a class by Skype and show me how to make the brooch bouquet? And I was saying, God, it was so intricate and the detail was so small, I was saying, God, would Skype actually show it? And Deirdre said, so let's make her a video, she said. We'll do a video on our mobile phone. So that's what we, just a very amateur video, and I sent it over to her in Canada, and suddenly she sent me back these photographs of these brooch bouquets that she was making, and I said, oh my God, she learned all that just from a little video. So then we had this brainwave that we would set up what was called a distance learning kit, and we would make a video. So we employed this fella from, I think it was called My Video Profile, Dave was his name, he was lovely, and we asked him to come and make the video professionally for us. So again, makeup, lights, action, the whole lot. So we done the video, and we organised this distance learning kit, basically a box, and everything that the customer required to make the bouquet was going to be included in the kit. And with Ireland AM, we got such promotion that suddenly we were sending these kits worldwide, America, Australia, UK. We were sending more kits out of the country than we were actually sending into the country, so that was brilliant. So Deirdre is our mastermind social media entrepreneur, and we're involved in it, as a lot of you probably know, is through all these business groups on Facebook. We're Facebook addicts, we are. So through some of the Facebook groups that we're involved in, Deirdre got the opportunity to attend a social media training course down in the Google offices. And she learned absolutely loads and came back to the school, and she knew our Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Snapchat, you name it, we're on them all, we are, and we have 4 or 5 different ones going. Mum and Dad are actually our Twitter backups, you know, that way, and people say, you must spend half your life on Twitter and Facebook. But our next option, our next kind of entrepreneur, what we decided to do was Deirdre met this fellow called Johnny Byrne through the Irish Biz Party. and he was training people how to set up their own online courses. So Deirdre went and attended one of his courses, and she thought it was brilliant. And Johnny said to her, listen, the way forward, the future is everybody is going to be doing online courses. And he said, this is what you need to be doing now with your training, is like, you know, video more courses and setting them up online. And it was through an American site we set them up, and he said to Deirdre, all you have to do then is sit back, he says, the money gets lodged into the bank and cha-ching, he says, you know. So Deirdre came back to me and here she was, cha-ching, cha-ching, she says, this is what we're going to do, and she was on a high. So back to Dave, my video profile, lights, action, camera again, and we started to do some online training courses, and I have to say, it's going brilliant for us, we're absolutely delighted. And we now have 5 online courses online. So when we do make a sale or somebody buys a course, we normally get a notification through our email and we message each other, cha-ching. This is our new thing. Recently we had the opportunity, again through the Irish Business Party and Samantha Kelly, to trend. I'm not sure if any of you were involved that night, but there just late September there, we were trending on Twitter. So 9:20, hashtag Case Flower School was trending, and it went all the way through till 11 o'clock the next morning, and as Deirdre said, only for Brezzy, who knocked us off, not literally, but that went really well for us, sorry. Our next thing that we're heading for, what's going to be really big for us, is our Christmas classes, and Christmas is really big for us. We run evening classes, day classes, and we do corporate events where we go out to companies and we do, like, say, team building, running courses, like, say, for teaching them how to do their own Hollyweeds, etc. And we brought along a voucher tonight for the raffles, so maybe one of you might come along to one of our Christmas courses. Skipped my notes there. Myself and Deirdre, like, we have this kind of policy, if anybody wants any help, like, we're out there, if anybody wants any, like, we love getting involved with people and helping them, and if anybody wants to come along and chat to us about social media, follow us on Twitter, and I tell you, we promote you, because anybody will tell you here, we're great promoters, we are. But really, hard work, dedication, we love our jobs. Like, people often say to us about going into work, and I says, I absolutely love my job. And I just get great job satisfaction out of it. And thanks a million for listening to me.